as you guys know, my biggest problem is obviously the story not making sense. But here's one thing that I want to specify in my, you know, in my review of the movie that I didn't want to say in the review because it might have made the review even longer, and that's not what I wanted. Again, the movie had a lot of problems, but if I had said all those problems in that review, it probably would have been like 30 minutes long. But anyways, this is my thing. So Deadpool's universe was dying because the anchor being was killed. The anchor being Logan. And again, my thing with that anchor being shit, I think is stupid as hell. The only reason why there's a thing is just to force some kind of plot. But anyways, he is the anchor being. And, you know, he dies at the end of Logan. But Logan takes place in 2029. And in the movie, you know, Deadpool Deadpool 2 takes place in 2018. And he switches universes just to join the Avengers, but it doesn't work out, so he switches back. And so 6 years later, which is 2024, he's back in his own universe. And that's when the TVA captures him and tells him the shit that since Logan died, his universe is dying. But Logan died in 2029. Deadpool was taken 5 years sooner. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. And on top of that, in Logan, I think that they said the mutant hasn't been born for like 25 years or something like that. I can't remember. But they said something like that. But anyways, none of that makes sense. Because if you're telling me that Wolverine was in that universe the whole time, why use the multiverse? I said that. I literally said in another video. Like, actually, that was a problem I said. Because, no, fuck it. Again, like, going off Logan possibly have been in that different universe, you could have just had him show up because we haven't seen him in Deadpool's universe. So he could pop up in that movie without using the multiverse. And instead of doing that, they use the multiverse purely for fan service. And again, they get these brain dead writers who don't know a goddamn thing about shit, and they write this shit that makes no sense. They don't even think it makes sense, but they know the fans are going to cap for it. They bring in these nonsensical writers, and then you get shit like that, inconsistent shit like that, and you have to just deal with it. I get in debates with my friends all the time about these multiverse movies, and I always win because they cannot find a way to cap for the argument that I made about not making sense, and this is one of them. Like, again, so Logan was in this universe the whole time, and like Deadpool was just chilling while talking about him for two movies straight prior to Deadpool 3. And my thing is that, like, if they're both in the same universe, it just doesn't add up. Like, it doesn't make sense. It feels like a throw in. Like, take the state of the world in Logan and compare it to the state of the world in Deadpool. Like, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would you write that in? Again, these are brain dead writers who do not know what they're doing. Oh, and I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, correct me if I'm wrong, but back to what I was saying. It doesn't make sense at all. But, nobody's going to say anything about this. And then on top of that, You know, at the beginning of the movie, Deadpool is playing with he's playing with Logan's corpse, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah. So he's playing with his corpse. Now I thought about like, so since Logan took place in that universe, why did X-23 end up in the void? Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I may be wrong. Just saying, I may be wrong. Like the movie was very confusing when it came to the plot. Like nothing made sense. But like surely somebody could, say I'm wrong. And I don't want to hear your theory that you want to push as a fact. I'm talking about I want direct evidence from the movie that's telling me that I am wrong. Direct evidence. I don't want to hear your theory. I don't want to hear, well, maybe this happened because this happened and you're wrong because this most definitely happened because maybe that happened. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to hear that fanboy language. Like, I want direct evidence from the movie that proves me wrong. Otherwise, this is just like any other multiverse movie that doesn't make sense.